Mexican Monster. How we doing, brother? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. You got a big fight coming up, man. March 25th, man. I'm pretty sure you're excited. Showtime put the undercard upon there. You got also Jose Venezuela and Chris Colbert on that card as well. So, man, let's get right to it. My first question to you is, how do you feel about this Caleb Plant action figure doll that's going
To be
around with
honest,
the
I didn't even know that
shovel?
was
Do you
going
think
on,
that's
but
going to be
he can do whatever
discontinued
he
that
wants
night
if
or
that
what?
makes him feel good. Everybody has to lie to themselves and think that, try to make it seem that they don't know what's going on. But I'm ready for this fight. I'm not making no fucking action figures. I'm not doing this. I'm not posting memes. I'm not doing that. I'm working, bro. I've been working my ass off. And like I said, I promised the fans a knockout, and that's exactly what I'm going to give them.
Right, man. So listen, my second question is to you, man.
Well,
Do you
I feel
think,
like I got
who
the
do you
better
think got the
boxing
better
IQ. And
boxing IQ
the reason I say
and
that is
why?
because I have more knockouts in my record. Obviously, you could say he wants to say he has a better boxing IQ, but a real fighter that has the best boxing IQ knows how to get knockouts. So that's why I say I got the better boxing IQ.
Right. We got definitely like so many big legends out there. They have you as one of your favorite fighters. I've been on the phone with Sugar Shane Mosley. You're one of his favorite fighters, and I've interviewed a lot of guys that known you personally, and they say that you're a great guy. And do you believe that Caleb Plant owns a little bit of real estate in your head right now, or do you believe that
I don't think
you're just trying
he
to
doesn't have
bully
an
him
effect
or
on
sell
me
some
at all. I'm
tickets?
not thinking about none of that stuff. I feel like this is obviously it's pay-per-view, so it is you try to sell the fight a little bit. But when I went, what I did, I went up there and I put some pressure on him. At the end of the day, it's a fight. He could say that he's playing the good guy, that he's staying focused, calm, collected. But when you pull up on somebody, all the shit that he's been talking throughout this whole 4 years, where was that energy at the press conference? If you're gonna fight something that you really dislike, I mean, he's at least has to stand up for himself or do something. He just let me walk all over him. But I mean, people want to say that he's cool, calm, and collective. But it's funny because nobody brings up that he wasn't acting like that when he fought Canelo until Canelo smacked the fuck out of him, and now his energy changed completely. But he knows that he can't play with me like that because I would have smacked the fuck out of him right there in the press conference. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm ready. I'm excited. People say, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that they're saying that I was a little bit too emotional at the press conference. I mean, but it's a big fight. I mean, I've been waiting for this fight for the past 5 years. So I'm definitely going to be, at the press conference. I had a good time. I had fun. But at the end of the day, we know what we're doing. I know how to stay focused, calm, and collective and do my job. We have a great game plan. And, we're going to follow the game plan. We're going to knock Caleb Plant out.
Right. Now, 5 years ago, you guys have a video out. You was like, what, 21 years old at the time? And, it was saying that, do you think that I'm scared of you? And then you kind of said no. And then you said, this is going to be the best defensive fighter in the world versus one of the best
I don't
offensive
think he's
fighters
the
in the
best
world. Do
defensive
you
fighter. I
agree
mean,
on that? Or you
he
were
gets
just,
hit a lot.
just waving
I
your
mean, to
head?
be honest with you, just because he has the shoulder roll doesn't mean he has a good defense. When he fought with Uskateki, he did dominate in the beginning of the fight, but towards the end of the fight, when he gasses out, it's become a pattern with him. He does good, and then he gasses out towards the end of the fight. I mean, he won the fight with Uskateki, but Uskateki was in him with some good shots towards the end. Split his whole fucking eye open. I mean? He got the victory that night. But when he fought Canelo, he started off fast too, and then he ended up gassing out towards the end. So I mean, there's definitely a pattern there, and like I said, we're ready to expose his weaknesses, and take advantage of his strengths too. I've been very prepared for this fight. I've been working extremely hard. Excuse me, and I'm just ready, bro. I mean, this is gonna be a fantastic fight, not only for me, but for the fans too. The fans gonna fucking see an amazing show. And then I can't even say enough about the undercard too. The whole undercard is lit, bro. So I mean, I'm excited. It's gonna be definitely a great night of boxing, March 25th.
Yeah, man. If you know anything about boxing, man, this is definitely going to be one of your top favorite fights. I mean, we're not getting Terrence Crawford and Spence. Looking at it of what's happening with Ryan Garcia and Tank, we don't know what's gonna happen. But PBC's throwing it down here. Now I talked to your dad. Your dad
Well, I
told me
mean,
that Caleb Plant was
I
pressured
felt
in
like
this
he was
fight.
trying to get a
What do you
fight with
think about
Charlo
that
first,
statement?
but Charlo is nowhere to be found. He hasn't fought in like 600 days. So the way this fight happened too, Al Heyman called me because I had a fight. I had already had a fight scheduled in January with Uskateki, and Al told me, "Yo, do you want to take this fight and take this fight, take the fight with Caleb after? Or you just want to jump into a fight with Caleb Plant?" I said, "Shit, give me the fight with Caleb Plant. I mean, that's the fight I've been wanting." So, I mean, I felt like it since Al Heyman told me that, and Al Heyman went back and told him that. I mean, he couldn't refuse the offer. You know what I mean? And especially he wants big fights. He said he wants to get back in there with Canelo. So the only fight that makes sense is me versus him. And I didn't want to let my fans down again either, because I've been wanting the big fights, but when the other superstars in your division don't want to fight you, there's nothing really much you could do. But I'm grateful that he took the fight, because he could have said no, he could have took a different fight. So I am grateful that he took the fight.
Absolutely, we all are, man. So if this one is a close one, right? If this is a nail butter, a close one, and if Boo Boo ends up fighting Charlo, Canelo's out there in the zone doing his own thing with John Ryder and this and that. We got Darrell around the corner. Is that an opportunity that you think you're gonna go seek, or would you like the rematch with Caleb Plant? If it's a close one. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the fans are, they really want this fight. And I know when it come down to you, looking at your resume, you gave one man that rematch just like any real champion would when there's doubts of,
If a
hey,
rematch is
was it a
necessary,
close
then we'll
one or
definitely
not?
take the rematch.
What are
But like I'm
your
saying, in
facts
my
on
head
that?
right now, I'm just thinking about my game plan. I really want to put a statement on for the fans, and I want to let the whole super middleweight division know, this is my weight division. And like I said, I want to go and make a big statement, and knocking Caleb Plant is the statement we're gonna make. And I know a lot of people they say that I don't want to put no work in just because I'm saying I'm gonna knock him out. No, we're gonna follow the game plan really good, and that's how you get knockouts too. If you watch any of my other fights, that's how you get knockouts. You do the job right, and the knockout comes on its own. So that's why I'm so confident, about this fight. I'm 26 now. I feel like, I'm already getting my man strength. I feel physically and mentally, I feel the best I've ever felt. And I want this, more than anything, I want this. I want to go in there and knock him out. And I know I can, because I've heard everybody I've gotten in the ring with. I literally have heard everybody, you know what I mean? So I know I got the power to do it. It's just that we got to set a good game plan up and effectively do the game plan and get the victory.
Right. Ever since that press conference, man,
Oh
how's the
yeah, well, it's
sleep
been
going
like
and
since
how,
I
how
got
you
the
been
fight
waking
signed,
up?
bro. I just
It got to be a difference.
the whole time I just been thinking of Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? And it's giving me a lot of motivation, bro. Sometimes you can let emotions motivate you to the point where you get everything done. I haven't left any stone unturned. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. I've been showing up to my training sessions early. I've been leaving later. You know what I mean? I spend more time in the gym. So I have 100% of focus on Caleb Plant. And until I go in there and do what I say I'm going to do, I'm not going to be satisfied with myself. And that's why I really want the knockout bad. I want to shut Caleb Plant up, and then I want to shut everybody else up for after that too.
What's been the difference in your training regimen? I've been seeing your
Thank you.
Instagram, and by the way, you're one of my favorite 168 pounders. And watching you, do the exercise, and I'm seeing you out there doing the squats and doing a little bit of extra things to be able to tone your body. Is that more on the factors of
Yeah,
trying to be able to hit harder,
so the
or
stuff that we
more
do has
harder to
been
be
to adding
more
more
firm
power.
and
I already know
durable?
I have power too, so we're just adding a little bit more power. We're not doing too much weights either, because when you do weights, you get stiff, and you lose a little bit of you add power, but you lose a little bit of speed. So with my strength and conditioning guy, we've been doing everything perfect. We've been doing the right amount of weights, and I feel great. I feel amazing. And like I said, March 25th, you guys are in for a treat, because not only I'm working my ass off, but I've been training for a while. I've been training. I think I got already since October or November. No, not November. Yeah, before October, somewhere around there. But I've been training. I've been working, bro. I've been working really hard. So I'm very excited, man. This is definitely gonna be one of the. It's gonna be a tough fight, but like I said, I want the competition. I love it, and I don't shy away from nobody. So it's gonna be a great night for us.
When Caleb Plant, speaks upon, do you feel like he's like copping excuses when he says certain things like, his dad saying verbal things that necessarily no other coach says, and speaking out of pocket upon, with the, you tested for a drug issue. Do you think that those comments
I
that are
don't know,
not
bro.
have nothing
To
to
be
do with
honest, I don't think
boxing,
about none
is
of
that you
that
think
stuff.
it's
All the
affecting
shit he
him?
says, I don't even. It goes in one ear and goes out the other. I don't listen to none of that shit. If he really wanted to do something about it, and he wants to talk all this shit, he should have did something at the press conference. I pulled up on him. He didn't want to do shit. His fucking cameraman got rowdy too. One of my homies slapped the shit out of him. You know what I mean? So his whole team could get it. If they really want to do something about it, we're there to, we're there to handle it. But I don't listen to none of that stuff, bro. I mean, that's the one thing I do really good. I drown out all the background noise, and I'm strictly working right now, and I don't care what anybody says about me. People have been talking shit for a long time, you know what I mean? So you just gotta learn how to clear block all that sound out, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Where did all this bad blood start? Because there's videos of your brother, stepping up to him in the gym and
No, to
stuff
be
like
honest with
that.
you, when I met
It
him,
was
I
that
already
like
didn't
one of
like
the
him. He's just like
beginning
one of those.
stages.
I don't know. He's like one of those cocky guys that he thinks he's better than everybody, and just us being in the same weight class and us, potentially fighting back then, and everybody trying to rate us. That's kind of what started the rivalry. But it's just that I don't like those type of persons that they have so much shit to say online and on interviews, but when you see him in person, they have his fucking hands in their pocket and they don't want to say nothing. I fucking hate people like that. If you're gonna talk shit, have the balls to say it to the person in their face, not just on camera when I'm not around. So that's the reason why I don't like him. It's really nothing more than that. I just really don't like the guy.
Right. And in his last fight, he fought Darrell, and all of a sudden he's a knockout artist.
I
He
think it was
fought
a good
someone that was close to
performance. I
40
take
years
nothing from
old.
that.
What do you got to say about that?
He to be honest, in the fight, the beginning of the fight, he was getting hit a lot. And Darrell, he's not a strong puncher at all. I know personally because I've been in the ring with him. He doesn't have no pop at all. So I know if I catch Caleb Plant with the punches Darrell catch him is good night because I'm gonna put him to sleep.
Now, this is the biggest fight of your life at this point in time. Not necessarily saying that this is the most competition that you've been in the ring with, but your father told me that your main sparring partner is Diego Pacheco. Um, do you believe that you just like kind of staring at him like hey, it's one of those
What do you
things
mean?
that I don't really need to bring into big sparring for this fight? Because Diego Pacheco is your main sparring partner,
No,
so
I have
you
I
don't
have
believe
like
that you
four
need
or
to
five
bring in
guys,
a
but he's
special
the one
sparring
I
for this
work with
fight.
because I know he's the one that pushes me a little bit more. But because he's really talented, so and I know he definitely when I push him, he pushes me back. So we have a good chemistry. We definitely go to war, and I like people like that are just like me, that they're not going to shy away from any challenge. So I have him and four more other guys. So we work with different styles, and I feel like that's the thing everybody has to do when you're a professional boxer. You have to work with more than one style, because you never know what style might present itself tonight. Maybe you might be working on something else, and the guy does something completely different. And we do like 12, we do 12, we do
Uh,
12
this,
or 13 rounds, and then we're
sorry.
changing guys. We do like 3 rounds with one, and then we put another one in. So every guy comes in fresh, and every guy brings something different to the table. So it's just adapting, the whole time. And I feel like that's what makes you a good 12-round fighter. You just adapting to every style.
And this is my last question here. Tank Davis, he pleaded guilty on his last in the trial here. And that's another mega fight, right? Do you believe that that's going to be able to sell more
To be
tickets
honest, I
and
don't
make it a
know.
bigger
I mean, I
fight
just
in your
I just hope
BLF?
everything goes clear, goes smooth with that. Especially I never want to see any of my fellow boxers go to jail, or whatever. But I feel like now it's more of a need to make the fight happen. So I feel like it now, since he's gonna take the little vacation after the fight, that they have to make it. They have to make it. So I feel like we'll get that fight, but it's definitely a fight that's gonna sell a lot, no matter when it is. If it's 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or now, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell a lot, and I'm very excited to see that one too. I don't know,
Who do
bro.
you
It's a
have
50-50.
winning
Honestly,
that
it's a
fight, last one?
50-50. But I think both men have to come extremely prepared, because I think it's the man with the most heart that night is gonna win.
Man, it was a pleasure chopping it up with you, man. We'll definitely wrap it up the next time
Yes,
around
sir.
when you get this win.
Thank you, brother.